Welcome to day 21 of Stitchmas / Vlogmas. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of Stitchmas / Vlogmas. Now, the postman has just knocked on the door not long ago. Sorry, is it a little bit wonky? It does look a little bit wonky, doesn't it? Yeah, it's just knocked on the door. Now, do you remember me saying that I'd ordered some yarn from eBay to make some socks for next year, but they're not going to probably be my next pair of socks. I'm probably going to knit another pair of socks before these, but I really liked the look of this yarn. But what it is, one of the colours was out of stock, so I thought if I can just get it ordered in and ready for when I want to do it, I'll do it. And this is it. So it's I know it might not look much at the moment, but I want to do the toe of the sock in that mustard, the main body of the sock in this, the heel maybe in this, and then the cuff. Well, at least the toe and the cuff, it all depends on the pattern. Some patterns you can't do a contrast cuff and some you can. It depends on what pattern you're knitting. So that is a future plan. And I think this is 4-ply. That's what I wanted. And I got it from an eBay seller called Solely. It's the word soul and then LY at the end of it, and saying thank you for your purchase. So that's exciting. So that's going to go in one of my knitting bags that I tend to keep just for sock knitting. Like, I might probably make me sound like some big sock knitter. I'm not. I haven't done much at all. I've knitted one complete pair of socks, haven't I? Like human socks. So, but I have had a bash at that other sock. And I think I've researched it over the years, so I think I know more about socks than I've actually done, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm going to be opening my advent calendars in a moment, but I did promise somebody I was going to bring a little somebody to this Stitchmas, and here he is. I've brought Harry with me. And do you know what? Do you remember me saying I didn't think the jumper might fit him very well? I thought the sleeves might be a bit short. Well, do you know what? It fits a treat, really, doesn't it? So, yeah, he just looks so cute in it, doesn't he? Bless him. Now, if anybody knows the Harry Potter story at all, now, poor Harry's parents were killed and he had to go and live with his auntie and uncle that basically didn't want him, right? And he was mistreated and they made him sleep in a cupboard under the stairs. It's a tragic story how his little life began. So poor Harry was very unloved, right? It's heartbreaking, isn't it, And so I'm hoping this Harry feels very loved because he's been had a handmade jumper knitted for him. Now, the real Harry Potter, the fictional character, he'd never have had a jumper knitted for him, would he? He wouldn't have had that love and care. So we're going to give this Harry Potter a lot more love and care than the real Harry Potter got, aren't we? And he's got a handmade jumper. Right, I'm a silly sausage, aren't I? So yes, I'm really happy. I think he looks lovely. Obviously, these characters, they have their own jumpers, as I showed you yesterday. I'll try and keep him in shot because we've been talking about him. Yeah, let me get Hermione, if I'm saying her name right. Here we go. That's how their jumpers are supposed to look. Harry's got one exactly the same underneath there. But, yeah, I think the woolen one looks a bit more luxurious, doesn't it? From the one that came on them. Oh, do you know what? I'll probably end up knitting one for all of them, won't I, in the end? I'll never run out of things to do, will I, in my craft room. So what my plan today is, I'm going to, if I get time, I'm going to tackle tidying up this desk, because you can't see it because of the angle of the camera, but it is terrible. It is terrible. And do you know these safety pins that I opened yesterday? They've been sticking to my phone because my phone has got a magnet on it, so they've been dropping off my phone all over the place. So yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare actually. So yeah, the youngest 2 boys are still asleep. So, and it is, what time is it? It's actually 10 to 11. Well, I say they're still asleep. They haven't gotten out of bed, so I'm just presuming they're still asleep. But yeah, I'll go and check on them when I've finished talking to you. And I've had a nice relaxing bath this morning, which was nice. My feet are in bits still actually. I've basically put some cream on them, because remember all that walking I did, Christmas shopping in plastic shoes. I've not wore those shoes since. I've just been wearing my my Ugg boots, which are like sheepskin, and just my trainers. So yeah, my feet are getting a chance to recover, but I've put all new fresh plasters on them and things. So advent calendars, I'm going to open those, and fingers crossed, I've been going on and on and on about doing baking. Is today going to be the day? Let's hope. And we're on about watching Home Alone 2 again today. Oh, and last night actually, after Emmerdale, we didn't end up watching another Christmas film. My husband and I just put on Liberty, it was at Liberty, the Liberty shop in London. It was just them getting ready for Christmas and things, and their advertising, and then I don't know if it was the same show. Do you know when you don't know if the one show has ended and another one has started, or if it was all the same one? But it was a company that basically decorate for Christmas. That's their job. They go into hospitals and companies and they decorate for Christmas. But while that was on, I was doing a bit of knitting, right? I didn't work on the French hen. Now, do you remember me saying my knitted doll, it's the Arnie and Carlos one, she always loses her shoes. They're always dropping off. So I was talking about knitting some socks for her. So I had a look, and they did have a sock pattern in the knitted doll book. So I have started a sock. It's in the same yarn as what I've knitted Harry's jumper in. It's just an acrylic one. I actually think I got it from Michael's food shop. But we don't have a Michael's food shop anymore. It closed down. It's called Heron's Food in its place now. So this is the little sock I've been working on. So basically last night I worked the toe and then the main body of the foot. And this morning I've worked the heel. Can you see how the heel comes round? And I'm just now working up the leg. Obviously these are a little bit different to a human sock. It had some similarities on how you knit them. You work short rows, and now I'm up to the ankle. But you've ended up with less stitches up here than you have around the foot, because obviously with the doll, her ankles are much skinnier than her widest part of her foot, look. So that's why. But humans' socks, they base the widest part of your foot. That's how wide your ankle's going to be. But actually, I'm a bit more like the doll. My feet are a lot wider than my actual ankles are. So I don't think I'll be able to try this on for size. Hang on. I don't want to risk pulling stitches off. Let's have a look. It should fit her, because this pattern, it's for these dolls. Do you know when you don't want to pull all your stitches off the needle? Yeah, so there we go. That's her little foot in there. I've got my snowflake stitch marker on there. So it's ribbed. So it's ribbed on the top of the foot and then plain underneath. And then you're going to do the ribbing all the way up the ankle. And then you fold it over. So yeah, it fits her foot lovely, doesn't it, actually? So yeah, I'm really glad I found that sock pattern. I am now in that book. So I'll pull her foot out. Be careful. Oh, right. I've not pulled anything off, have I? Sometimes you don't know if you've pulled a stitch off until it's too late. Well, not too late, but then you realise, oh gosh, what's gone on here? So yeah, that I'm enjoying doing that. Obviously I've got to knit another one when I've finished that one, haven't I? But it hasn't taken long to do, and it's quite good fun knitting a teeny tiny sock. So what I'm going to do now, please excuse how I'm dressed. I'm quite relaxed. I've got my leggings on, I've got my hoodie on. If I want to go out I will get changed, but I'm trying to spend as much time in the house as possible. So what should I do? I'll do advent calendars now. So I'll do the hemline one first. Day 21. So I've got 3 boxes left. I can hardly believe it, actually. So there's 3. Oh, the other doors fell off. We did well, didn't we, to keep that door on. Actually, I'll chuck that over there because it can go in recycling, can't it? That's the only thing, isn't it, with Christmas? There's so much to dispose of. Right, the Crafty So-and-So Advent Calendar. 21 is right on the top. I think I'm going to have a little look around for things to recycle, I think, in here today. That will probably be my first thing to do to tidy up. Oh, I wonder what it is. Oh, that's very pretty. We've had ribbon once already in this advent calendar. It's some ribbon, and it looks a real good length of it. I remember from the last one in there is a lot of that ribbon. That's really lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely, it looks kind of Scandinavian looking to me, that does. It's really very pretty, isn't it? So, oh, that's lovely. So what did I do with that other ribbon in the last one, actually? Well, I have got a place for ribbons. So what I'll do is, because I'm going to have a tidy up today, I'll put another pin in this, actually. I'll put things away, things that I've got at home. So I've popped a pin in there. What am I doing? Did I not open it? Oh, sorry. I think my brain isn't functioning. So I've got this out and didn't even get it out, and then I got the Crafty So-and-So. Didn't even open it, did I? Sorry about that. So I'm going back. So that was the Crafty So-and-So. I've gone back to the hemline. I'm sorry, my brain is just all over the place at the moment. So this says it's a pom-pom maker. Now I've showed you my pom-pom makers, haven't I, in this Vlogmas, Stitchmas. But this is different to mine. But I think how this works is you wrap the yarn around here like this, and then you tie a piece through here and then pull it off. So that will make a bigger pom-pom and that will make a smaller pom-pom. But yeah, they're different to my ones. But yeah, they're still equally as good, I think. I'll have to try one out, actually, and see what I think. I didn't end up making any of those pom-poms for the little knitted mice hats, just because I wanted something really fine and fluffy. But you can't really make pom-poms. Pom-poms aren't very good if you make them out of cotton. You're better off with some, you know, fluffier yarn. So, and I wanted something really fine, like a 4-ply or something fine, and I couldn't. Maybe I've got something around, but with how busy I am with all this Stitchmas and everything, obviously, I'm probably crafting less than I would have been if I hadn't have been doing Stitchmas, which is bizarre, isn't it? Because obviously I'm spending time sitting here chatting in front of the camera, and then I'm editing, so obviously that's eating up probably my crafting time, because obviously other things have to be done. So yeah, but you know, it's such a fun thing to do, and I really enjoy being able to, you know, to share all the things that I'm doing with somebody that's actually interested, not boring the life out of my family. You know, they do appreciate things I've made, but they just don't get it like we do. Do you know what I'm saying? So day 21. Now I'm going in my box. Now I did spot my box last night. Do you remember I said I didn't know where it was? It's down here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, the floor's getting in a mess, and yeah, and the desk, it's just awful. Ah, right, day 21. I know what this is. You might be able to guess what this is, because I give you a bit of a clue earlier on in my Stitchmas that I had 3 of something with all different designs, but this might come in handy. Especially handy, actually. It's the other tin. Right, I'll get it out of the plastic cover, because the craft lamp makes it a bit shiny, the plastic. Now they're those lovely Moda tins. And that's that. And look what's on the picture. Because I was thinking about this when I was lying in bed. I'm going to put all those safety pins in one of those tins. But I think this one's really fitting, isn't it? So I'll pop some of those in now, actually. I'll probably cut a bit of this out. I'm sorry if occasionally I cut bits out and it probably seems a bit bizarre where I start talking again. I have noticed when I'm speaking to you, I don't leave much of a space between sentences. I hardly take a breath. And so when I want them to cut things down a little bit, it makes it really difficult to try and make it make sense without sounding too weird for you. Right, so there's the safety pins in there now, and there's some upstairs. Now, and there's those embroidery scissors that I got in my crafty so-and-so calendar. I'm going to pop those in there because, look at the picture. Ah, do you know what? I could actually be really correct. Look, those are some buttons I've had in a calendar. Buttons, little scissors and safety pins. It tells me what's in there, doesn't it? So, yeah, don't let me forget I've got a few different things in there. Oh, I've just noticed only a piece of paper I've knocked on the floor. So that's really, really lovely, isn't it? I've really enjoyed getting those tins and things. Where's the others? The others are here, look. So maybe some of those pins, those kind of pins that I got in one of my calendars. I got these pins that haven't got the large heads on them. Dressmaking pins, I think they're called. I could put those in that one, couldn't I? Because I've got an extra pack of them. So anyway, I'm going to go now. I will come back if there's anything of interest to share with you. Obviously, I'll come back with my husband's advent calendar as well, the Friends one. I always look forward to that. It's so much fun. He's not in today, but I don't think he's got a working day quite as long as the last 3 days that he's worked, so hopefully he'll be home a little bit earlier. So yes, I think plans that I want to do today, all well and good. Watching a movie, baking, fingers crossed, tidying up in here, even if it's tidying up some of it. And I'd really like to fix my earring. Do you know those earrings that I want to wear Christmas Day that I haven't worn yet, that the snowflakes dropped off? I'd like to fix this, and maybe I'll paint them with the clear nail varnish. You know, that I said I was going to paint on the back so they don't irritate me. Like, it might not be too bad if I just wear them out for my Christmas meal. And I could always take the earrings I've got in, maybe in a little pouch or something, just in case they do get really irritable while I'm out. And I just want to put my regular ones back in, because you never know. However, what is a good thing is, I could buy some earring earrings that for making my own earrings, like the findings and things that and then change them, put something that's suitable and then reattach these to them. So that's always a possibility, because I have got jewellery making tools as well. Maybe if I fix that earring, I'll try and show you me doing it. Yeah, I'll come back and I'll show you me fixing it. Maybe you'll be interested to see that. So thank you so much for joining me so far, and I'll see you a little bit later. Bye. Right, I've just popped back. Well, I was just going to grab my jewellery making things out of, because I was in a box that I've basically, when I put all the Christmas boxes back, I kept a box out of things I wanted to still use. And I told my husband I was leaving it out, and I put it in the utility, and I said I don't want that in the loft. Well, he forgot to put it in the loft, so I've just had to go up in the loft to get because my jewellery making stuff was in there, and actually keep that in here. I only put it in there because I want to do something with the sprouts, but I've had a little bit of a heart attack because I remember the sprout that my son likes, it was down in the garden room, and we've left it down there, and the others have come back in the house, and I want to attach them to that wreath and things, don't I, this little one, and I know where that sprout was, and I know it's not there now, so I might be missing a sprout. I might be having to crochet another one if it's properly gone missing, but my son's not here, so I can't ask him if he's took it or something. So anyway, right, this is my little jewellery making thingy. So what do I need? I could do, basically I need 2 sets of pliers to do this job. So that's my tiny ones. What are these? No, I don't want those. Get these. So I've got 2 different size pliers. That's all I'm going to need for fixing this. Put that down there. Something else to clear up. Now, these are called jump rings. I'm sorry if it's gone a bit blurry, that round thing. So basically you take one side of it, take the other side of it, and you don't pull it apart. You kind of go one forward, one back. I don't think you can see that, can you? Do you understand what I mean? You don't imagine the circle and it's got a gap, like a slight tiny gap. You don't pull it apart because it will break. You bend, you go one forward, one back. I don't know if you can see what I've done there. No, you can't really see, can you? I'm really sorry. I hope you understand that. And then I'm going to put it back. See the earring here? I'll put that down a moment. It's got that round bit there. I've got to put it back on there. So I'll use my pliers. Hopefully I can do this okay. Yeah, that's back in there now. So I'll get my other set of pliers out. I'm really sorry that the visual of this is appalling. I'm just bending it back into place now. Let's have a look at that. That looks pretty good. Hopefully. Do you know what I've done? There's a front and a back, and now they're not the same. Right, let me turn that around. It's no problem. So I'll open that back up. I'll slide it out. I didn't realise there was a front and a back. Now let's turn it around. It's acrylic jewellery, you see, the dangly bit. So it must have a front and a back side to it. Sliding that back in. I'll get my other set of pliers and close that back up. I'll probably get loads of dislikes on this video because people can't see what I'm doing. But you know what I'm saying? You probably have to have specialist, you know, things to be able to film things like that. Actually, when I've people probably don't realise I do a bit of jewellery making, is because if you ever followed me on social media and you've had a look down all my things, you'll never see any jewellery, and it's because it just, it doesn't happen for me anyway, it just doesn't photograph well. If I've tried to take photographs of jewellery I've made, it just looks that shiny, the photograph looks awful. So those are what I'm going to be wearing on Christmas Day, with my sparkly jumper and the matching necklace. So that'll be nice, won't it? Maybe I'll have to get, I don't know what I'm going to wear on my feet yet. I'm not wearing those sandals, not with all the scabs and sores on my feet from what I've done to them. So yeah, I didn't end up getting any birthday boots, you know what it's like. And then what happened, and I've got some, there's this shop called a Monkey Shoe, and you can get shoes. They are second hand, right, but they're good. I keep knocking that, don't I? Good quality second hand shoes, but they're probably like ex-designer and things. I've got these old boots, the grey, that are quite nice, but their toes are a little bit scuffed. It's from me wearing them. They weren't scuffed when I bought them. They looked like brand new shoes when I bought them. You know, you don't feel like you're buying second-hand shoes when you go there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I might wear those grey boots on Christmas Day. And that would go okay, because the jumper's kind of a silver grey, isn't it? And my black jeans, which kind of look like smart trousers. So that is my plan. So anyway, I'm going to go now. It's too early for lunch. You know when you're starting to feel like, is it lunchtime? And it's only 11:15. I'm thinking, I should just go and have it now. And then I can crack on with other things. Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to go and have a little bite to eat, I think. Maybe have something small and then have something small again later, and come back in here and get some washing on. The dishwasher's on anyway. Tidy up, have a tidy round and things, and then so I'm all ready for when the boys want me and stuff. So anyway, thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you a bit later. Bye. Welcome back. Now I'll just let you know what's been going on. Oh gosh, there's motion at the front door. As soon as I press play, the motion at the front door. So if I've done everything right, you'll have just seen my youngest son, doing some baking. So basically it was quite useful. I was just telling him what to do, and I was getting to do a bit of filming and things. So I hope you like seeing that. I'm so glad we managed to get some done in the end. And it's actually, it's 25 to 6. And we've not got dinner sorted yet because we've been eating all this gingerbread. We haven't felt all that hungry, you know, getting the icing off our noses and things. So yes, I think I'm going to have to order some dinner in because I've got an extra person here that's just walked through the door. I'll know who it is. And yes, I'm going to order some dinner in because I just haven't had time to get to the shops today, unfortunately, not with all the baking. And I managed to have a real good tidy round in here. I managed to fill the recycling bag up that we've got twice with just things in here, and my desk is a lot better. I still couldn't lay out fabric all over it to cut out, but if I did want to just clear things off it to do that, it would be a lot easier now. So yes, I feel like I've got lots done. I can see a bit more floor now down here, so yeah, so I feel so much better now. I've kind of got those few things done. And I know I haven't done any Christmas crafting the last 2 days, but I think it's because of things that I really, really wanted to get done. Apart from attaching the sprouts to the thingy, I've got done. I've got the all the mice done. I got those Lally Layla things done. I got the robins done, so I feel quite complete with those things. So if the next bit of sewing I'm going to do are those gifts for my yoga teacher and my figure skating teacher, and yeah, I'm just going to do whatever I fancy doing. Now, there is an issue with the sprouts. My eldest son, I asked him about the sprout. I said, and he said, I've got it. And I said, oh, but I was going to do that. He said, and he's like, but it's mine. So it looks like if I want 5 sprouts on my wreath, I think I'm going to have to make another one. But I'm kind of in between things at the moment. Now, do you know me telling you my knitted doll shoes come off? I've started putting a little pin across here to keep them on, but I've now knitted her a sock. Look, this is what I was knitting, you know, over the evening, and I've finished off today. So I was on the phone to the doctors. Well, I was in a queue to the doctors trying to get a repeat prescription, so I managed to knit quite a lot of it then. And yeah, so I've finished it now. So it's so lovely, isn't it? So it's ribbed on the top, but it's like stockinette stitched underneath, and it's got a nice shaped heel. There's no heel flap and then sewing in. You knit it as you go, and it's really lovely. So obviously I've got another sock to knit now, and I think the sock looks a lot better than the shoe, really. I know obviously it looks a bit odd with that pin in, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm really delighted with that sock. So yeah, so the next thing on my needles is going to be another sock, and actually looks quite, it's the same as Harry's jumper, look, the same yarn. It looks different, doesn't it? I suppose, knitted up in something different. So anyway, I hope you've liked seeing what I've made and what my son has made today. And it's just a little bit of a window into our build up to Christmas. And what I'll do is, my husband has just opened his Central Perk calendar. So when I leave you, I'm going to leave you with that. But basically, yeah, I'm going to clock off now at this time. I'm going to sort out what everybody wants to eat, and maybe watch a Christmas film. That would be really lovely, wouldn't it? So I hope you're enjoying your Christmas festivities. You know, you probably had parties, children breaking up from school, seeing family, last minute Christmas gift buying, Christmas card. It all gets a bit hectic towards the end, doesn't it? So yes, but my husband, he's broken up. I think it's his last day working today, so we'll probably be doing the rounds tomorrow, maybe doing some last minute things as well. So I'm hoping we could just get it all done in one day. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me for another Stitchmas. I've really enjoyed bringing you another day of my Stitchmas, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.